Now then, people, we are finally live. I am so sorry. I'll wait for some people to come in. That's an absolute nightmare. Um, just waiting for some people to come in. Hopefully they'll get the stream. I'm really sorry for some reason. I haven't done this for a while, as you can expect. So we've had a few technical glitches. I didn't know how to turn my phone orientation. Have we got some people coming in? Let's have a look. Hello. I'm really sorry. Oh my god. It's proper thrown me, that has. Just bear with me 1 second, and we'll get this on. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this all day, and then I've had an absolute nightmare. So let's have a look. I'm trying to find the stream on here because I need to be able to get into the comments. So here we go. Hopefully I'm up to date. There we go. Right, let's start again. It's Joe, All Leeds TV, and we are back for another Monday night football. I am so glad it's back. So glad to be back in my garage. Football's upon us. I've been looking forward to this for so long. And like I say, in less than a week's time, we will be playing Bristol City in our opening championship fixture. We've got loads to cover. We've got loads of All Leeds TV content I want to go through. We've got a busy week ahead. We'll also be announcing the winner of the tickets to LS11 Live. If you haven't already, go on to Twitter, All Leeds TV, and retweet it. In about an hour's time, I'm going to scroll through them retweets at random, pick one, and that's going to be the person that's going to win the tickets. 2 tickets as well, so you can come along with a friend, your partner, your mate, whoever it may be. Meet up with the All Leeds TV crew. I know Tasha will be there. Oscar's going to be there, myself, and I believe Conor's going to be there. If you haven't already, Twitter, retweet that now. It's on the All Leeds TV page, and in about an hour's time, I'll be announcing the winner. You'll be able to come to LS11 Live with us. There's going to be Andrew Hughes. There is going to be Tony DeRigo, Ryan, Darren Harper, Gary from Talking Shut. The Skylights are going to be playing. It's for charity and his man's club, and I'm unsure of the other one off the top of my head. But yeah, guys, it's going to be a great night. So make sure you get into that. But how is everyone? How's everyone doing? What are your thoughts on the pre-season? How do you think it's gone? I think personally it's been all right. Could have done without the trip to Australia, but listen, them people that went, probably trip of a lifetime, so you can understand it. But listen, I think we've had a decent pre-season. Do I wish we could have had more bodies in? Probably, but ultimately it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I'll touch on Patania, the guy from Italy we've been linked to today for 15 million. And then also there's the Ryan Kent saga as well that seems to keep rumbling on. But I believe Liverpool are looking for a Permo. We ain't going to buy him on a Permo. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. I just want to have a quick scroll through some of your comments. So we've got a lot of hellos in there. Ryan Paula Higgins says, evening lad, looking forward to this week's build up. So am I, mate, massively. Monday is Monday Night Football. I'm here. I know Oscar's going to be doing All Leeds TV Investigates, on a weekly basis, based on the actual opposition we're going to be due to face. So that's going to be dropping. There's going to be our pre-matches. You're going to get 3 pre-matches, myself, Conor and Oscar. There's going to be the fan cam with Tash, her and Jack, like they did in Australia, and they did some brilliant content. If you haven't watched it, make sure you do. They'll also be doing that for the Bristol City game. The Conor and Joe show as well on Instagram. We're going to look to get a fan on from Bristol City. Got irons in the fire. Hopefully we'll get a fan on that. So if you aren't followers on Instagram, make sure you do. Conor and Joe show. There's going to be watch-alongs. I myself will be doing a watch-along to Sunday's game in this very garage, in this very spot. So make sure you tune into that as well if you can't go to the game. I was offered some tickets, actually, to be fair, and yeah, it's just logistically a nightmare for me to get there because, as I say, I've used a lot of my holidays, so I can't get back in time for work, so unfortunately I'm going to have to miss it. But like I say, we can do the watch along live in this very garage. Hopefully you'll tune into that. The last time we did one against Derby in the away fixture, it went very well, so hopefully that'll be. We've then got LS11 live as well, which is going to be great as well. And the fact that we're all going to be there, if you're a fan of All Leeds TV, you're a fan of podcasts, it's a perfect place to go. So content-wise this week, we have got you covered. And we plan on stepping it up a notch this season. And hopefully you'll like what you see. As I say, so Ryan Paula Higgins, keep it locked to All Leeds TV, mate. Paul Brunton, all right. Ray, hello from London. David Afford, good luck. Leeds this season coming up with Fulham. That's from an Aston Villa fan. Fingers crossed. There was, in the previous stream, a Birmingham fan had said something, and unfortunately it went off. So if you're there, mate, please put your comments in as well. Henry O'Malley, hi Joe, how are you? I'm doing great, mate. Jonathan O'Grady, Joe's back, marching on together. It means only one thing. The season is upon us. As you can tell, I'm pretty giddy. Northallerton White, hey up Joe. Seth Pickering, who shall we sign? Anybody, but unfortunately, mate, for me, the business is done. It's done. Even if we did get anybody in, which I think is a very, 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 very tiny chance that we would, they're not going to be ready for Bristol City. We probably wouldn't see them till September. We know what Bielsa's like. Look at Jamal Blackman last season. He came in, wasn't at the required rate. You know, we were going to see him when Bailey had some poor performances, but it wasn't until months later. And I think if anybody does come in, which I don't think they will, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think they will, you know, then they're not going to be ready for a couple of weeks. I think we have our lot now. This is it, guys. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be one hell of a ride, as per Renos says. It's our time. The stars have aligned. I promised Conor I wouldn't do it. But you know what I'm like, you know, we might win Bristol City 4-0 and that'll be it, game over. I'll be here, back again. It's Ranger 03 says, defender inbound, because I'd rather have a defender than a striker for 15 million. Right, let's have a little chat about this. I would like a defender in as well. I think the majority of us would. The fact that we let Pontus Jansson go and we've brought in Ben White, I do think Ben White's probably better suited to the style of play than Jansson. I know, crazy thought, but listen, let's not kid ourselves. Jansson's up there with some of the best defenders, with, you know, the best defenders in the division. So it's a big loss. And, you know, it's going to be a real test of Ben White's mettle. The fact that he's going to be playing in front of a packed house week on week, makes an error, crowd get on him, how will he react? And we've only got Cooper and White and then Berardi as well. We did play like a back three against Cagliari. Is that a way we're going to go? I'm not too sure, because surely you would want another body in. But let me get on to the defender situation. Listen, I think even Orta and Rads probably want a defender. People at the club, Kinnear, players, they probably all think we probably could do with a defender. Bielsa, however, doesn't for me. And this is the reason why. I'm not professing to be in the know, I'm just surmising. So for me, right back, Ayling, Berardi, Dallas, Shackleton, all can do a job there. Robbie Gotts has shown in pre-season he can do a job there. Left back, Barry Douglas, Leif Davis, Dallas, Alioski, Berardi at a push. Covered. Genuine. Centre backs, White, Cooper, Berardi, KP if needed. Ayling if needed. From Bielsa's perspective, he looks at that. Nah, we totally fine. We might not agree. You know, there was a small link, a touch, a mention of Ben Gibson. I'd have snapped their hands off. I'd have loved something like that. But ultimately, it isn't going to happen, folks. You know, unfortunately, because I do think we could do with another body in there, especially with the rate of injuries we seem to go through under Bielsa. Was it a case of, wow, so many injuries won't ever happen again? Or will it happen again? We've already seen in pre-season. Roberts is out from, you know, the back end of last, but we've already seen in pre-season players have picked up knock. We're without Roof now for like 3-4 games. That's a massive loss for me, and we'll touch on Paddy Bamford a little bit later on. That's a massive loss. You know, we're without Ayling. Other players have picked up knocks. So do I think we need more bodies? Yes. Do I think we'll get them? No. And I've told you my reasons why. You don't have to agree. You might think it's not right, but that's how I think Bielsa looks at the situation. And that's why I don't think we will get any centre-backs in. And like you said, you know, this, you'd rather have a defender, Ritz Ranger, than a striker for 15 million. Yes, probably so would I. But the fact this 15 million, and I want to touch on it as well. we ain't got that type of cash. And Trancaldi Palmarari, however you say his name, has come out and said Leeds have made a bid for 15 million. I think it's Tosh personally. Spal have come back and said, no, we want 2025. He thinks we might meet in the middle at 20 and get add-ons. It's not happening. I just don't see we've got that kind of money unless the QSI link, it's done. You know, I heard weeks back that, you know, it already might be done and Rads is fronting the thing until they find someone they can bring in, or do they give Rads... You hear a lot of things, you know, Rad's giving the tenureship to see how well we do. If we're not doing well in January, he comes out and QSI man comes in. But for me, it's not a manager, is it? It's just someone who's a custodian of the club, looking after the club. So it's not as if they can go, Rad, you're doing a poor job, results need to change, so we're going to change the owner. That don't make sense to me. So that bit didn't sit right. But I do think there is something there. Whether on, you know, because we paid for Costa. Yes, we paid a loan fee. Yes, it'll be 15 million next year. But like a lot of people also think, is that Rad's thinking, right, we go up, we're able to buy him? Or is it, right, we don't go up, I leave the club and that's someone else's issue to sort out? These things can happen, guys. So I just don't think we have 15 million to be spending on a striker, personally. I hope I'm wrong. But I just can't see it. But whatever happens, if we do have money, it ain't getting spent on a centre-back. I just don't see it happening. LUFC Dave, just talking to a Wigan fan, he still said crying after last season. I just went for you're going down. Listen, last season, it's done. We probably will touch on it. They'll probably bring up Spygate all the time. Derby fans will probably be buzzing. We'll probably get a lot of stick when this documentary comes out. I personally can't wait to watch it, regardless of how it ends. I just can't wait to watch it because, listen, you won't get a more passionate bunch than Leeds United fans. So when things were going well, I can't wait to see that crowd. You know, and to a certain extent as well, let's see some of the anguish, because I'm telling you, a lot of football fans, a lot of football clubs don't have the passion that we have. So it'll be a great watch. Do you know what I mean? A great watch. We shall see. Mock Wall says, hi Joe, we are going up. I do hope so. I want you to let me know, guys, as well. Where do you see us finishing? You know, it's going to be tough. I think Fulham for me personally going to be up there, but it all depends on Scott Parker, doesn't it? We've seen it before. The Championship is a strange league. You'd have looked at last season and said teams like West Brom, Stoke, they were going to romp it. Never happened. So Fulham, if they get going under Scott Parker, or do they need to replace and bring someone else in? They've done it before when they brought Jukanovic in. They weren't, you know, they absolutely stormed it, didn't they? So even if they do have a bad start, and like KP said in his interview with Sky, we learnt last season, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I still think, regardless of what happens with Scott Parker, even if they bring someone in mid-term, for me, they've got too good of a squad, and especially with that man up top, Mitrovic, 25 goals. You've got West Brom. West Brom have been linked to Andre Gray from Watford, which I think would be absolutely huge. There's still links there with Dwight Gale. They've brought in, for me, one of the best coaches out there. I think he's fantastic, me personally. Slaven Bilic. So they're going to be a hard task, you know. They're going to be up there. Cardiff, you've got Cardiff City, we all hate him. You've got Neil Warnock, he's there. Listen, they've got Sol Bamba at the back, they've brought in Aidan Flint. I think Aidan Flint's gash, but in terms of what a Warnock type centre back is, he's perfect for it. Absolutely perfect. And he'll probably go and get bloody 10 goals this season from set pieces. It's just how they play. You know, they've got Will Vaux in as well, who's a decent deliverer, and all that sort of stuff. So they're going to be up there. Huddersfield as well, as much as we don't like them. They as well, you know, they haven't had many changes. Aaron Moy's still there as we speak, and we've seen what he's like in this division. He's a top talent. Who else is going to be up there? You know, Brentford have done some serious business. Morpay's still there as well, I believe. So we'll see what happens come next week. Not long left in the window either, but I do think Leeds are done. Let's have a look. We've got a Villa fan. Good luck to Leeds. Get back to the Prem. All teams up here. The banter is shit. It's watered down the Prem now, isn't it? Carl Watson asked me thoughts for the season, Joe. At this moment in time, I don't like the favourites tag. That's just me. Genuinely, I don't like the favourites tag. I don't like us going in as favourites. Everyone wants to see us fail as per. I do not like the fact that we are as tagged as favourites. I do think Fulham will be up there. I do think West Brom will be up there. Brentford, there's plenty, but I would safely say we'll be in the top six safely. Thomas Lewis keeps saying hi, so I'll just quickly say hi while he's there. You can stop now, Thomas. So I think nailed on top six. You know what I mean? Nailed on. It all depends on how we go, how the season pans out. Cause there's some teams in there, that are up there. Colin says Joe's predictions suck. Well, that's your opinion, son. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Please let me know what yours are. Someone's asking where is Claudio. He's actually going on holiday, I'm assuming, with a name like that, back to Italy. But he's at his grand's at this moment in time, because he is only a young sprog. But he'll be with us shortly, I do believe. Let's have a look. We need a centre-back and Gale badly. What's going on at the moment? Yeah, we ain't getting a centre-back. And to be honest, I don't think we're getting any more bodies in. So you've got... For me, look, the ones that we've brought in, we brought Jack Clark back on loan. Great option from the bench. I think Jack Harrison, pre-season that we've had, for me, personally, he's been on fire. He looks ready and raring to go. I have it on good authority as well from people who've spoke to his agent that he found it difficult last year playing at Ellen Road. It is a difficult place to come. We've seen it. We've seen it thousands of times. Maybe not thousands. We're only 100 years old this year, by the way. It's our time. Growing up. Centenary year. But, yeah, he sort of wilted. But as the season went on, he got better and better and better. And if pre-season's anything to go by, that guy is going to be on fire for me. Costa, arguably the signing of the window. We've already seen what he can do. Yes, it was against Geisley, but when that guy drops his shoulder and does them turns, he leaves people for dead. He made another one as well, who isn't a new signing, but hats off Orta. He gets a lot of stick. People forget about these bodies. Mateus Bogus. That boy looks ready and raring to go. What is he, 17, 18-year-old? He's going to be some talent this season, in my opinion. Ben White, for me, he's the type of centre-back that is perfectly suited to Beelzebub. I know he's not a big name. I know he's not as big as a Pontus in terms of stature. But trust me, when he gets that ball, he's going to start so many attacks for Leeds United. Believe me. Interception, break up, boom, straight into the centre of the park, then looking out wide. He can pass the ball as well. Who's out wide? Pablo. Who's out wide? Costa. Harrison there. Get the ball out. The thing is, a lot of the time last season, KP had to sit right deep in order to collect the ball. Yes, he will be doing a lot more of that, but when you've got a player like White who can intercept or get the ball and carry it with purpose into the centre of the park, it means a KP can play a little bit further up, in my opinion. So I think Ben White is the archetypal, type of centre-back that we need. So watch this space, because I think he's going to be a great find. And I know he's only on loan from Brighton, but I think he definitely could put himself in the shop window this season for Leeds United, and maybe who knows what his next moves could be. Someone's mentioned Conor as well there, who also has been playing in pre-season. So we do have options there, don't we? But let's have a look. So, a lot of people on about a centre-back. Philip Million, fan always on these streams and that, so thank you, Philip. Says, do we need another attacking midfielder to support Pablo and replace Saiz, or is Bogus the man for that? Personally, I think Bogus is the man for that. You've got Click, you've got Roberts as well, who's going to be coming back into the side. I think from what you can see after the Cagliari game, the way Forshaw was talking about him and Click alternating between the 8 and the 10, and obviously KP playing a little bit further forward, because Ben White's able to bring it and they look to play 3 at the back. All stats, aren't we? Put something out on Twitter that I retweeted and said it was a good thread. So if you get a chance, make sure you watch that. Just to run by you again, guys, as well, LS11 live on Thursday. We're going to be at it. You've got a chance to win 2 tickets. It's on All Leeds TV Twitter right now. So if you go on there, retweet it. A little bit later on, I'll be scrolling through the retweets. We did have one of them competition tracker things, but it weren't working. So I just said what I will do, scroll through the retweets, stop my finger, whoever that may be, you'll win 2 tickets for you and your partner, you and your mate, and you'll be able to come and watch LS11 live with us. Just for them guys that are tuning in now, if you haven't already, All Leeds TV Twitter, drop a follow, make sure you retweet it. Okay, so Patrick Gibbs says, why spend on an Italy striker instead of a proven striker in Gale? My thoughts exactly when I did see it. Obviously, I think it's Tasha anyway. But if you've got 15 million to spend, give it Gale for his wages. Because with Gale in this side, we'd go up personally. And that let's bring that on then. Let's bring that on to Patrick Bamford. An easy way to caveat into that. So, Patrick Bamford then. So, the lad has my full support. As you know, I am a critic of him. I'm a critic of anyone when I think they've had a poor game. Against Derby, let's not even go there. I was ready for packing his bags and telling him to be gone. However, there is talent there. Let's not kid ourselves. There is talent there. He's good with his back to goal. He's good at linking others in. Some people might disagree. He's good at little decent flicks. The game in Australia, not against Scum, the one after, Western Sydney Wanderers. I thought he played well in that game. Yes, he missed a lot of opportunities, and that's what it comes down to. But what you've got to remember as a striker, he's getting himself in that position. And this is what I put to you is, would Bamford be getting as much stick if he wasn't even getting in them positions? If that makes sense, what I'm saying is, the fact he's getting in them positions, his movement, everything else is bob on. He just needs to score. If he wasn't getting in them positions, would we be looking at it and think, he's not having a bad game? He's not having a bad game. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So one thing I do just want to put out there, we need to support the lad, because for me, Patrick Bamford is not the type of player that rises to that sort of vitriol. In my opinion, if he starts getting stick at games, which he could do, it is possible. I was at York in pre-season. There were sections of the crowd that were giving him stick then. You know, some guy in front of me, what did he shout? Like, Roof came over and he was like, "He's staying, Roof, you can't." And I was like, what are you doing? Like, oh yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. I'm going to sign just for you. Not that it has any bearing, but think about what you're doing sometimes. Just my opinion. But I do think with Paddy, listen, it's entirely up to you how you go, you know, how you are at games. I absolutely was fuming, you know, with him, and against Derby, I was turning around to play. It's him. Someone actually shouted something at me, you know, you get a bit of stick, it is what it is. I think he'd said, like, oh, I can't even remember. I just remember turning around, giving it the eyes as if to say, what? Because I was fuming at the time. But what I'm saying is, there's a difference between showing your emotion and getting like that than actually calling him out and saying, you know, "Paddy, you're shite," or whatever it may be. We just need to give him the support, especially with Roof being out now. Is Edmondson the man? I would love Edmondson to get a crack at it, but I just don't think he will. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if Bielsa's 100% sold on him. I don't know. I might be wrong. I hope I am, because I think he deserves a chance, does Edmondson, 100%. Radaby Leeds says, surely we need a new goalkeeper, centre-back and even a striker. We probably would need a striker. It ain't going to happen. Centre-back, I've told you it ain't going to happen. But for me, I'm 100% with you, Radaby Leeds. We do need a centre-back. Goalkeeper situation, me personally, I rate Kiko. I put that on my notes here along with Paddy Bamford and Kiko, because I thought it'd be a decent topic for us to chat about. I personally rate Kiko. I thought he made some good saves against Cagliari. A lot of it is, get my body out, hit me, and it does go anywhere. You know, there is that chance with that. I think his distribution for me is bob on. I think he's a much better option to BPF. I really don't rate BPF, in all honesty. If he's playing for Leeds, he'll get my full support, but I just don't know. And when it was mentioned that he could go to Burnley for upwards, like between 4 and 5, I'd have snapped their hands off, because to get that type of money is crazy. As it stands, he's still here, which still makes me think, what's going on with the keeper situation? Because BPF made them crazy claims at Northern Ireland that he's only staying at Leeds if he's number 1. Yet we haven't really seen him at all. Kiko's been number 1 in all the games. So is he moving on? I'm not sure. He's Maziak. We also had the Ray, I think went to Cagliari, the keeper that was released, that we seem to take on. So I don't know. But I personally rate Kiko. I think he's a good keeper. His shot stopping's really decent. His distribution's bang on. He just needs to keep this right. But as the players keep saying, Forshaw said the other day, they're more used to the methods of Bielsa this term. Yeah, they know what's expected of them. Kiko for me now will know as well. Remember, he only came in halfway. The the connection with Cooper and his captain is going to be a lot stronger in the rest of his defence this term. So, and having a full pre-season, knowing when to come and not to come, but it will always come when there's the opportunity to. And the reason I put that to you is I remember an interview with Bailey Peacock-Farrell right at the right at the start of last season, where he said Bielsa had him watching videos of Manuel Neuer. Yeah? What does Manuel Neuer do? He's the sweeper keeper. He's the man, isn't he? He's the boss at that, yeah? So the fact that BPF was watching videos of that shows you that that's what Bielsa wants. So he probably looks at Kiko and saying, right, yeah, you're not quite Manuel Neuer, but you do come out. Do you know what I mean? And Bielsa uses these methods. I remember Mendy, who was at City, when he talked about Bielsa, and he said, I used to go in and he'd have me watching games and I'd fall asleep or I'd be on my phone. Then after about the third or fourth occasion, he actually switched on and Bielsa turned around to him and said, now you are ready to listen, I will show you. So he has these methods, you know what I mean? So for me, if he's showing that BPF, then Kiko is going to be saying, crack on, son. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we have to accept. I remember saying last season as well, with the ball playing centre backs, it was a similar sort of situation. A lot of the old guys around me were a bit like, the goal's up there, get it up there. But under Bielsa, you just have to be used to this style of football. It is what it is, guys. And that's what was signed in for. As you know, guys, it's me. I'm always miles behind. So if I do repeat myself and stuff, I do apologise. Patrick Gibbs says, looking trim, Joe, been doing double, triple sessions. Yeah, man, pre-season, I'm ready. I've been like Jack Harrison. Radibilly says, need to take the Pontus image down from the big pictures on the stadium. I weren't even aware they were still there. Hadn't really thought about that. Our lass has still got I Love Pontus t-shirt from the children's heart surgery, so I've told her she needs to bin that as well. Oliver Barnes says, best luck for the season. Think you have very something special in Bielsa. The culture he has instilled with the club will outlast him. Huge respect from a Huddersfield fan. Won't wait for the derby. I'm not sure. Oh, he'd be saying he's looking forward to the derby. Yeah, and that's from a Huddersfield Town fan, so that's decent praise. And he is right, Bielsa has instilled something in that club that now is going to be there for a while to come, isn't it? You've got the perfect replacement for me in Carlos Corberan. You've got the under-23s playing scintillating football at times. We've seen what they did to Girona, who, by the way, got a result against Derby and maybe Bournemouth, and we beat them and beat them comfortably. They've played some decent stuff of the under-23s. And, last season they won the double, so it shows you. And the ethos is there and he has done a great job. Sorry. Apologies, mouse going. I haven't normally done one of these for a while. What are we in now? 27 minutes. We're going strong. Ryan Standell says, sick of talking about transfers now. It's realistically not happening. Why do we keep banging on about them? Just need to get behind the boys. 100%. People might not like that. Might be a bit forthright, but it's bang on the money, is Ryan. End of the day, it is what it is. For me, we won't... Listen, if I am wrong, and I hope I am, then fair enough, I'll end up with egg on my face, you can give me stick, but I think we're done, and we were done weeks back, and I've said so on the Conor and Joe show, on the streams we do on there. I just don't see us getting any more business in. LUFC Dave says we will beat Bristol. Fingers crossed. I'm not too sure on how the start of the season is going to pan out, guys. I'm a little bit nervous, which isn't like me. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but I do think, look, I don't like the fact that we're favourites. Hate that, me. It's not good. But also, teams are going to be ready for us. They're gonna know what we're about. Do you know what I mean? It'll be a good test down at Ashton Gate. And we'll see how it goes. I think we've then got Forest at home. We've got some tough games. We've got Salford, haven't we, in the cup, which I cannot wait for. I was actually sat at work when that cup draw was announced with my headphones in. I shouldn't have been, but I was, and I went, yes, get in there. Well, I forgot that my headphones was in. Everyone on the floor turned around like, what's he doing? So, yeah, I'm buzzing with that fixture. I think we've got Swansea as well, which, if you don't already know, SJ Wilson, who's a fellow LUFC YouTuber, is actually coming to the game with me. He's going to come stay at mine. He's from Ireland. Never met the guys, so guys, it might be the last time you see me, but yeah, he's going to come stay at mine. He said he's going to bring me a tatty cake or whatever they're called, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's going to be coming down. Maybe we'll do a stream as well. If you haven't seen him already, it's All Leeds Always on YouTube. He's a good lad. Michael S says, I think we need another DM, as when Phillips was out, we were noticeably lacking there. We have Forshaw, but I prefer him playing a little higher. We have the perfect replacement in Alfie McCalmont. He's been training with the Northern Ireland senior squad. He's a really, really good talent. Alfie McCalmont, watch this space. If Phillips is out for any period of time, be it for a suspension, injury, I think Alfie's ready-made for that. And I agree with you. I don't think Forshaw's decent in that role. We've seen that last season. Forest being a game, for example, where Jack Colback, who never scored two against us. Carl Watson says striker needed. Bamford is shocking. His goal to game ratio was all right last season. I don't think he's shocking. There is a bit there. I just think it's his work rate. I don't know. The jury's still out. He owes us something, doesn't he? And it needs to change, and quick. Just while I'm on that as well, some guys that are big Leeds fans that we've been in touch with. I've seen a lot of people retweeting their stuff. The Adelites. If you haven't checked them out, they're like an alternative punk band. They're called the Adelites. They're on LUFC Twitter now. They're also on my Twitter. I think Gary from Talking Shut retweeted them. I think Wacko retweeted them. The Adelites have just released their new single. 6 p.m. it was released today. If you haven't already, please make sure you check it out. It's a really good song, to be fair. Oh via Lawi. It talks about the South Stand. It's just very Leeds related. They're they're big Leeds fans. The video, they've got Leeds tops on. Make sure you check them out, guys. They're a great addition to the Leeds United family. The Adelites. Follow them on Twitter. And also make sure you check out the new single that dropped at 6 p.m. today. So let's get into some more of your comments. Phil Clark, I just don't want us to carry on from the second half of last season. I would try Helder Costa up front from Bamford, no good, leading the line. Yeah, I do think Costa will be tried up there at times, mate, if I'm being honest. I think it's just going to be so interchangeable up there. We've seen it against Cagliari. I think Costa and Harrison switched. It's going to be like that, Pablo's going to be drifting into the centre as per, linking up with Click. We're going to have options, do you know what I mean? And I keep saying, from KP upwards, for me, we're sorted. We are absolutely sorted. We have so much more depth. Although Clark and Harrison were still here last season, I just think depth-wise, we've got so much more now. You've got Shackleton, you've got McCalmont, you have got, Harrison, Clark, Pablo, there's just options aplenty. Clark O'Dare as well while we're on. There's so many options that we have available. The one worry is centre-back, and the reason it's a worry is, imagine Cooper drops out. You've got young Ben White with a Berardi. Berardi gets a suspension. I don't know. Young Ben White has a poor game. Does he will? I'm not sure. So there is them things to consider. Let's have a look. People see Phillips as a Premier League England quality midfielder, but complain that Leeds are struggling to pin him down to another contract financially. Listen, guys, the Roof and KP thing, it'll be sorted. If they were going to go, they'd have gone already, in my opinion. Everyone stopped worrying about it. I think, talks are going on. KP wants to stay. Roof wants to stay. It'll get done. It's just toing and froing at the moment with how much they're getting. And rightly so, both of them want parity with Bamford and Kiko, and they deserve to have that, especially Phillips. But I do think, for me, if we don't go up, Phillips doesn't stay then. And we have to let him go with so fair enough. You give us, it's a bit like the Snoddy situation and stuff. At the end of the day, these players gave us enough, right? And then we have to just say, unfortunately, we have to let you go. Do you know what I mean? Because we ain't quite ready. And I think we have to accept that if we didn't go up, that Phillips probably would be on his way at that point. And that's another reason to get him on a decent contract, more money in, right? Let's have a look. Robert's going to print you a free house. Oh, some guy talking shite. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, Ian Morgan, let's get behind the lads and bring them home. Couldn't agree more. Duxie will finish third again behind Fulham and Brentford if they keep hold of Morpay. I don't think Brentford will be in the top two. Look, I might be wrong, but when was last time they were in the top six? Have they been? They always seem to falter. To think they'll then just suddenly jump up to second, I can't see it. Pontus is great, but is he Does he put it in all the time? Listen, for me, Brentford struggled away from home. They might be on end of hiding sometimes, and we've seen with Pontus, when the going gets tough, Pontus doesn't. A lot of you will disagree with that, but listen, I was there when we got battered by Cardiff. I remember it well because it was my birthday. Me and a couple of my mates, and I last paid for, like the executive thing with Dorigo and all that sort of shit. The match day experience, and we got battered. Same with Sheffield United as well, and I think in both games, I think they were both Friday night games, not last season before, when Cardiff went up, and we were getting battered, and he just didn't want to know, man. He just didn't want to know, and he went off injured, and then you see him next game, and he's totally right as rain. Bit of a divisive figure maybe in the dressing room and also with us fans. That's just my opinion on it. But it is what it is now. James Cole, yes, Monday Night Football is back. Looking forward to it. So am I, my friend. Let's have a look. Paul Williams says we might just sneak into the playoffs. I don't agree with that. I think we'll be well up there. Top 6 is nailed on for me. Where is Claudio? See, this is how far I am behind. Let's have a look. Anyone else worried about Kiko? Someone says start BPF. Not for me, but you're entitled to your opinion. Team went downhill when Casilla started. Nothing to do with Casilla personally, in my opinion. Because I'm telling you, if that mistake didn't happen in that derby game, I don't think we'd all be calling for his head as much as we are now. If it happened in the middle of the season in a nothing game, it is what it is. But yeah, Steve Perkins, top 2 was a must after last season. Squad depth will let us down again. I don't agree with you. I think we do have squad depth. There we go. The Adelites have just messaged us there. Yes, I did have a chance to listen to the single or Via Lawi. Yeah, it's a great single. As I said, make sure you follow the Adelites on Twitter. Follow All Leeds TV. It's all on there. Their signal. I don't know why I keep saying that. Their single was released at 6. Leeds United fans, it's a Leeds United related song. Make sure you check it out, guys. Make sure you give it a retweet and make sure you give it a listen. All Leeds our way, or as they say, all Vile our way. All Vile our way. So make sure you give it a look, guys. Let's have a look. Josh W says, how do you think it will go on Sunday? A Leeds win, hopefully a Leeds win. We normally do well down there. So I think we'll be all right. And plus, I cannot stand Johnson. I think he's a right muppet. So hopefully, just for that, we beat them. Oh, Jackie Glennie boys come in. He's back. I'm back. You're back. Peace out. Zaya Salam says, if White is a success for us, I reckon he'll have a very sizable price tag due to being young and English. I agree. Is he not Welsh? Is he Welsh? No, he's English, isn't he? Ben White's just because he played at Newport. Lucas Turnpenny said, is there a limit to how many loans you can get in, and have we reached the limit? No, I think you can have up to 5 in your match day squad. We're nowhere near that. But I think business is done, guys. Business is done. You might not like it, but I think it is. Rich Bedford said, I think Bamford will be good this season. Hope you are. Duxie said, Bamford's body language is so lazy, looking with sagging shoulders. That just doesn't help him with the Leeds fans. Agreed, mate. He has that sort of style of play, right? Like lackadaisical, a bit like Bobatov when Damar Bobatov used to play for Scum and that. You know what it's like? It's that, and you just think when you compare it to Roof, who's dogged, runs all day. Do you know what I mean? That's you are right, you know. But he is weak as piss as well, though. Let's not kid ourselves. For me, he's weak as piss. Richard Keogh just put him on the weights when they scored that, but it's bad. It's bad. Chilean McDonough says, great to see you back. Thank you very much. Jaggy Bows love Bielsa, but he's fucking up our youth setup. What? Jaggy Babs, you're a fan of the channel. You watch all the time. You normally say some decent stuff. But please give me some substance behind that comment. Love Bielsa, but he's fucking up our youth setup. How? Tell me how. I think that's crazy. We won the double last season. The under-23s won the double. You've got players knocking on the door. Jamie Shackleton, Jack Clark, Clark O'Day, Robbie Gotts, Edmondson. They're all knocking on the door. Why has he messed it up? I don't understand that comment at all. You know, how can you say first season under Bielsa with his tutelage, not just from him, but he's also let Carlos Corberan into his setup. It is no coincidence that we did as well as we did. A lot of it's down to Orta as well. You know, bringing in some of the young talent, like a Bogus, etc. I just think that's well wide of the mark. It's so wide of the mark that to say that he's fucking up our youth setup. Listen, everyone is entitled to their opinion. You know, I'm not in the business of like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking shit. That's not me. You know, on Twitter, whatever. I'm not that guy. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's just some are better than others, right? In my opinion, you know, I think Kiko's decent. Other people will probably think he's shite. It is what it is. But I think we can all agree that Bielsa has made this club, this ethos, this from youth all the way up. I mean, we'll see it. We'll see it in the documentary. I have him down as that guy who's going in. Everybody knows him. If he spoke English, he'd speak to every single one from the bloody cafeteria all the way up to Rads. Do you know what I mean? He's that type of guy. He's made the club a better place. Rads, or they've all got a part to play in it. It's now an attractive prospect. But to say that he's made, it's not that I'm not annoyed. I'm disappointed in you, Jaggy Babs. Honestly, I'm scratching my head. I don't see how he's made it worse or fucking it up, as you like to say. Please give me some substance to your comment, Jaggy Babs, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. I think we'll play a similar style to Man City. Reece Durkin, does no one remember the Rotherham game where Kiko won us the game? Great saves, great saves. Martin Maguire says, why do people go... Sorry, I'll put my teeth in. Why do people keep going on about a striker? This 20-plus striker will get us up. Bullshit. West Brom had 2 20-plus strikers, and guess what? They didn't go up. Keeping them out the other side more important. I think with us, though, I think the reason people say that is due to the fact that we couldn't convert chances. And I agree with you, mate, because it's not just on the striker. There's a lot of opportunities for the rest of the team as well to get goals. I think we have a goal scorer in Costa. We already got one in Pablo. Hopefully, Matthias Klick can have the same sort of influence goal-wise as he did at the start of last season, because towards the back end his performance has really dipped. But again, I hope the guys come on from the previous season. Let's have a look. Richard Barnaby says, now Pontus has gone, half of our songs have gone, even our Christmas song. Who are we going to give our hearts to this year? That's a good shout, actually. I'm not too sure. Give them to me. No, but there's one for Ben White that I retweeted the other day that they were singing at Cagliari. And you know I like to give you as a song, but I can't remember the words. Ben White is dynamite. Something like that. Comes from Brighton. Plays next to Cooper. No. That's it. Plays at the back next to Cooper, next to Shaq. On loan from Brighton. Crossing the ball. Oh, something like 6 foot. Crossing the ball and he will score. On loan from Brighton. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Ben White is fucking dynamite. On loan from Brighton. 6'4", crossing the ball and he will score. On loan from Brighton. Plays at the back next to Cooper, next to Shaq. On loan from Brighton. Something like that. Anyway, I got there in the end. There we go. I'm sure more will come out from as the season goes on. Let's have a look. Nick Muller, can't wait for the season to start, 100%. What's Jaggy Babs saying now? Just a question, Joe. Who do you see playing left back next season? Alioski or Douglas? easy for me, Douglas. Barry Douglas, 100%. I think if we do go to the three at the back that we've seen at times at Cagliari, I do think Barry Douglas is going to have a barnstormer at the season, of a season. I think we're going to see the Barry Douglas that we thought we were going to get. And I'm really excited by the prospect of seeing Barry hit them heights. And if he doesn't, Alioski's an option. Dallas is an option. Dallas has played well pre-season. He played well in that Derby game. He was quality in that Derby game. Leif Davis, yeah, very good. Very good, Davies! Very good! It was quality, wasn't it? Davies! Very good! I'll last be thinking, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, so there's that. And you've got Clark O'Dare as well, who's an awesome talent as well. So, yeah, we've got that to look forward to. Olin Jones says, keep all the lads fit and we are up. 100% agree. Cellar Dwellers says, get behind Bamford, give the lad a chance. 100%. FM Mickwell, thank you very much, mate, for your kind words. The Wirral White says, young lad from Barca, Rafa Majuka, looks promising. If gets a few fun run-outs in the first team. I don't think he will, mate. I've seen him at York. He looks weak as piss. I don't mean that in a bad sense, like a Bamford sense. I just mean he looks like that. He needs to get on the Yorkshire puds and quick. I think he'd get eaten alive in the Championship. Just because of what I'd seen of him. I've not really seen enough of him. But he's obviously got something, and we might see him at some point. But yeah, not quite yet. Yes, a lot of people asking about Phillips. Yeah, he's not suspended. I did worry that the FA or the EFL would come up with a crazy ruling to give him a 5-game ban before the season started. North Allerton White says Shackleton has not featured much in pre-season. You bang on the money. He hasn't. And I believe he had an illness, but it's still going on. So, I heard someone say, I heard from someone who's on Wacko a lot, said that basically he might be injured as well. And I know obviously Ailing is, Roof is, so is the injury crisis going to be as bad? I hope not. Pete Rogers says, why haven't San Francisco 49ers put their hand in the pocket to help us with transfers? I'm not too sure, mate. I think could the QSI thing still be a thing? The fact that this Costa and this 15 million, I'm not too sure what's going on really. A lot of shady stuff. I do think this will be Rad's last time unless we get up, and then we'll see it from there. But one thing I will thank Rads for, and what I think we should all be grateful for, is he's made Leeds United an attractive prospect. So whatever happens now, it's not going to be a Bates-esque farming it out to GFH and then farming it out to a Cellino. Radrazani has made our club an attractive prospect once again. So anybody that's going to come sniffing around, next time, for me, it's going to be a decent level. And I think he has the best interests at the club at heart. Yes, listen, he's a businessman. Yes, he's all about that. But I don't think he'd leave us in shit hands. I don't know, that might be wrong. I'm just saying, I think that's one thing we can thank him for. Richard Barnaby said Pontus struggles with pace. Jordan Ibe, I think, absolutely sold him one. Tiger Stale says, who's the striker from Italy? His name's Patania. Yeah, I just can't see it being... I'm not really... Yeah, I mean, the fact that Trancaldi Palmari, I think if we all remember him from the Cellino days, he seemed to be quite a decent source of ITK sort of stuff. He's done an actual piece on an Italian, I don't know if it's like a Italian sport news program or just a YouTube thing or a magazine type thing, but he's done a little video about the deal and saying that Leeds have tabled 15 million and that Bielsa's been after a striker that fits the mould, and they've tabled 15 million and that's been knocked back. They want 25. Could we meet in the middle at 20 with add-ons? I just can't see it though, guys. I just can't see it. Listen, if we spent 15 million on a striker, I'd be absolutely buzzing, but I just can't see it. Headley Brown says, all right, Joe, hope for a good season. Same here, please. Gail Dale, I love that one. Gail Dale's always one that I remember as well, just because of that. Gail Dale. Tonight, we have Gail Dale. I agree, Paul, about Janssen. He was great in the air. Yes, he was. Oliver McAdam says Douglas will be like a new signing. I agree with you completely. Anne-Marie Rowling says anything in the report about the 15 million striker? Possibly. It's all over Twitter. Do I think it'll happen? No. We'll see. Jack Glennie said, first episode and Joe's off. Wirral White says, the youth setup's always been a jewel in our Crown 100. Mike High says, Mark High, we played 3 at the back on Saturday, could be a new price system, 3-3-1-3, 100%. We all know Bielsa likes to do it. He did it at Chile. I read, all stats aren't weird, tweeted it out, how Pablo was playing in a similar sort of role as Vidal had done, enabling him to come inside from the right. Listen, I'm not a master tactician, but if you have a read of that, it's decent read. And if we do, like you say, we didn't really play it all that often. Well, we did. It all depends in what phase we were in, defence, attack. Listen, I don't profess to be some sort of crazy tactician. I think sometimes I look at the team and think who's playing where. But I just know we're going to be in for a top ride as per. And guys, just to let you know as well, it'll be happening very soon because we've nearly been on for an hour now. So in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be announcing the winners to 2 tickets. Sorry, 1 winner for 2 tickets to LS11 Live. That's going to be on Thursday, 6 p.m. I believe it starts at about 8, and then it'll be going on till about 10 p.m. The skylights are going to be there. You've got Andrew Hughes and Tony DeRigo going to be up on the stage. It's at the Wardrobe in Leeds. You're going to have Gary from Talking Short, Darren Harper and Ryan Wilson from LS11 and Pigeon Detectives fame, not Darren. But them guys are going to be there. All Leeds TV team are going to be there as well. So you have the opportunity to win 2 tickets, get put on the guest list with us and be able to come and watch that. So it's going to be a great, great watch. And it's all in aid of good charity. 2 charities, in fact. The charities in question, as I say, I know one of them's Andy's Man's Club, which is one that's very close to my heart. I knew Andy Roberts, he's from Halifax, the lad who it was set up about. I know Lou Campbell, so it is very close to my heart. I know Andy Roberts very well, basically, from when we were young'uns. But anyway, there it is. Also, let's have a look who else is on this. You can get your tickets from Luna Records, Crash Records. I'm just trying to find out where the other charity is for. I do apologise, guys. Let me just have a look because it'll be on their main page. All proceeds go to Cancer Research UK, which no doubt is close to everybody's hearts. Very hard push nowadays to not know someone who's unfortunately been taken or suffered from cancer. Andy's Man's Club, as I say, it's not going to be streamed either. So it's just going to be live. Skylights are there. As I say, Tony DeRigo, Andy Hughes and Gary from Talking Shop. So the reason I say that is, guys, head over to All Leeds TV Twitter now, give it a retweet, give the tweet a retweet, and then I'll be announcing from that later on. And there you go. It will just be a case of, here it is, I'll be scrolling through, my finger will land on one, and I'll let you know who's won it. So yeah, there's that. Also, this coming week, guys, before I get back to the rest of your comments, All Leeds TV, it's going to be a busy week, starting with Monday. Obviously, we've got All Leeds TV Investigates. Oscar's going to try to do that on a weekly basis, covering the team that we're due to play. You're going to have our pre-matches from myself, Conor and Oscar. Friday night, could we have a watch along for the Borough Luton game? Who knows? I think what we're going to do, if it's championship football and it's something that you want to see and it's going to be opponents we're going to be playing, why not get it on? Why not have a chat like this? So content is going to be a lot more frequent. We're going to step it up a notch, and hopefully some other opposing fans, I do know we get a few anyway, them that have watched us while we've played them this season, they seem to stick around because, if I do say so myself, we're pretty impartial, we do some decent stuff. Also Sunday, watch along live with myself in this very spot. So if you're watching the game and you don't want to listen to their commentary, come and watch it with me. It went well last time. Hopefully it'll happen again. And the Conor and Joe show. Make sure you check out that on Instagram as well. Me and Conor have set up a little Instagram page. It's just much easier sometimes to do streams to talk about Leeds. If you haven't set up an Instagram account, just set one up and give us a follow. I'm in touch with a Bristol City fan as we speak. Hopefully we'll get him on during the week, just so we can have a chat about what his thoughts are for for the game. Who are his danger men? Who he expects our danger men are? We'll get them on. We're looking to do that every week, maybe just before the game drops. Much easier than being able to put together a video on YouTube. We are going to have a chat about maybe getting it onto a YouTube page, whether or not that's on All Leeds TV or we set up Conor and Joe show. I'm not too sure. It's all up in the air. We will get back to you when it comes to that. But yeah, all positive week. So you know, look out for that. It's gonna be fun. Paul Williams says, "What's the Adelites' new single called?" Let me find out for you, mate. Let me find out for you because, as I say, I bloody forgot, which is bad. There we go. Shall I play you a little bit? Might as well play you a little bit, eh? They haven't actually got it. It's just said our debut single is on now. I'm gonna play you it actually. It's called Dirty Leeds, South Stand version. It's on YouTube and I'll retweet it from the Leeds account. Just bear with us a minute. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Oh yes, we're feeling it. Are you ready? Oh via Lowy, Dirty Leeds. Decent, right? The Leeds fans, make sure you give it a watch. What I'll do is I'll get it retweeted from the All Leeds TV account as well after this stream. So you make sure you give it a watch. Sorry for the singing. I can't sing for shit. Let's have a look. We're weak in the back. Cooper not up to it. Don't agree. Cooper is the man. So I say Joy's in the zone, so no doubt when I was rambling on. Paul Williams says you hate us because you are not us. Couldn't agree more. The Adelites, yes Joe, cheers mate, top lad, no worries. It's a good tune mate, so thank you. Keep the Leeds United songs coming. Yeah, it's really decent. Let's have a look then. Any more for any more. Shane Shanks, who's over in Australia, he actually met up with Tash and Jack while they were out there. Said he can't get hold of a new shirt or a training hoodie. Shane Shanks, do me a favour, message me on social media. Send, if you want, wire me the cash over, and when I go on Thursday, I'll buy you the shirt when I'm at ER. I'll buy it you if you wire me it across, and then I'll post it out to you. How's that? All right. So Shane Shanks, because you're a top lad, you're a fan of the channel, you met with Jack, you know Conor. It's just really good. If you want that, send me a direct message, mate, and I'll get it bought for you, and then I'll send it out to Oz for you, mate. J Army, what's your reports on Ryan Kent? I don't think it's going to happen. I did for a short period of time. The fact that Bielsa went to the Liverpool versus Bradford City game, he was there. Yeah, so I thought it would happen. But listen, for me, I don't think we need another winger. I genuinely don't. Would I like him here? Yes, I would. But for me, it'd be a centre-back. And we ain't getting a centre-back, as I touched on earlier on. Rich Bedford said it should be number one. The Adelites will be glad to hear that. Make sure you give it a watch on YouTube, guys. Get the views up. Give it a share. All Leeds fans are we. Joe Griffith says, you're such a nice lad. Everyone fave YouTuber AJT, laugh out loud. Right, okay, guys, it's coming to that time, right? I've been on 58 minutes. Going to try condense it to an hour. 232 people watching, I believe. Yeah, 232. However, I have only got... Let me tell you how many retweets this tweet's got, right? Let me have a look. Oh, it's taking a while to load up now. This isn't great, is it? It's not good TV, this. Oh, no. It's actually taken... Oh. Love Island finals just come up on Twitter. No, thank you. Oh, guys, it's actually struggling to fucking go on Twitter. This is a nightmare. Right, let's let that load, and we'll have a little chinwag while we do so. So what's everyone's thoughts for the game? What will happen if we have a bad start? How negative of me. it will be. I don't think it's going to be an easy run. In all honesty, I don't. I do see us beating Forest. I'm not sure on the Bristol City game as it stands. I hope we win, and I think we may. But I think we could have a tough start. I do. I don't know. There's just something in the water. There's no substance to it. I can't give you a reason why. But you know, it just is what it is. I think we could struggle. Guys, I'm having a fucking nightmare here. You know. Try to get this fucking Leeds Twitter up to all Leeds TV. Oh, don't do this. Oh, it's on. It's on. Right, guys. So we've got 219 people watching this currently, and the tickets has only got 44 retweets. Okay, so we're on 60 minutes. So if you haven't already, go on to all Leeds TV Twitter. You can't see it because of the light, so that's pointless. But on All Leeds TV Twitter, there is a tweet from the 18th of July, and it says, not long to go. Make sure you retweet this. So, retweet to win 2 tickets to come and watch LS11 live with us. So while you just quickly do that, I'm going to give it like 2 more minutes for the opportunity for you to do that. Let's go on and have a look on some of the comments. I've just seen someone mention Borough, and we'll touch on Borough in a sec, if you like, because they haven't done much business. They haven't got much cash. Most they could hope for is about 10th this season. Facts are facts. There we go. Borough are going to win the league, said Harris Ali. I don't think so. Anyway, guys, it's coming to an end. Few of yous are dropping out now. So let's have a look at this tweet and see who's going to win it. 45 retweets. So we've had another retweet. So I'm going to jump on now, guys. There is everyone. I'm going to have a little scroll through. Try not to look. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll down. I'm doing it as we speak. Scrolling up, scrolling down. Remember, you're going to win 2 tickets to LS11 Live. Make sure you DM us with your details on All Leeds TV. I've actually switched off the fucking thing. There we go. Make sure you DM us on All Leeds TV. I've switched off it again. I need to concentrate. Sorry, I'm really shit at like stuff like this. 46 retweets. So that gives someone an opportunity to retweet it. But make sure you DM us. Yeah. Either DM myself if you want on at Wainman Joe, or DM All Leeds TV page. Let us know who you want to come, and we'll get you 2 tickets and we'll see you there. So the winner is Richard Drakey Drake. At Drakey LUFC Dogs is the winner. Passionate Leeds United, Rangers and Batley Bulldogs fan. Loves a nice cold beer and laugh. So Richard Drakey Drake, if you could drop us a message, and Harris Ali, fuck off. Yeah, Borough fan, fuck off. Sorry, I don't normally do that, but Richard Drakey Drake, if you're not watching this, drop me a message. I'll look for you as well, and we'll drop you a message. But Richard Drakey Drake is the winner. We will see you on Thursday. Guys, I'm going to head off now. It's been a pleasure. It's been great to be back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out All Leeds TV for the rest of the week. Conor and Joe Show on Instagram. LS11 Live Thursday. Guys, we're also going to be at Ellen Road. Almost forgot. We're going to be at Ellen Road filming some stuff on Thursday. So if you are planning on going to the club shop and you are about, we want to do some sort of like compilation, hopefully, of fans, what their thoughts are just before we set off. And hopefully that'll drop, say, Saturday, just to get everyone in the mood and get everyone pumped. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, it's been a pleasure. If you're Richard Drakey Drake, make sure you message me for them tickets. If you're not and you know him, make sure you tell him to message me for them tickets. But it's been a pleasure as always, guys. I will see you later in the week for the previews. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good season. It's going to be a good season. We're fucking going up, folks. It's our time. Leeds!